It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And tonight, 2 teams that love to get in transition. Shaq, talk about successfully running the break.
Well, I'm not a guard, but I have led the break before. And what you need to do, you got to keep your eyes ahead, have to see the whole floor. You got to be willing to make that extra pass, Ernie.
Wow. You talk like a guard. You were like a point guard up there.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, man. But don't force things. That's the other part. You know, just make the easy play. And if it's not there, slow it down. Set up your half-court offense, and then get it into the big guy if you have one.
But don't you want to get the crowd on its feet? Don't you want to make that play that gets the whole arena up?
Yes. You know what they used to call me, Ernie?
What's that?
Shaq Johnson.
Wow. Because he was like Magic, but he was Shaq.
I get it, Kenny.
Oh,
I get it.
Sometimes you don't.
Not that dense. Shaq Johnson.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. With Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Fame sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And tonight we're joined by a legend of the NBA, 5-time NBA champion, Kobe Bryant has stopped by. Kobe, great to have you with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me stop in and join you for a bit.
Any chance you might pursue broadcasting in the years to come?
Nope.
Nor coaching?
Nope. Don't have the patience for either.
All right, we're glad you're with us tonight. Look at Oklahoma City. They're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And you have to view this as an opportunity. Oftentimes on those short road trips, you really want to take care of your business, show you can win those games on the road, and keep that momentum.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. But also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
I've never felt pressure. I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, you'll have moments where you'll make game-winning shots and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. It's times where you'll miss it and then people won't like you very much. Mm-hmm. But then the next game you hit a game winner and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one and everybody don't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense to me.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like Kobe Bryant?
Even that, right?
Yeah.
Even that. There'll be games where you make them and your teammates are thanking you for it. Times when you miss it and your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better, right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. On the wings, Abrinas and George. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. Now here's LeBron. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Sacramento. To the middle, here's Adams, off with the layup. Lakers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Ball against Westbrook. Here's Kuzma. The rebound by Grant.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And George kicks to Grant. Passes it to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. It's deflected.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Ball with it. Westbrook picks him up. Pass to Kuzma. Over George. Kuzma can't get it to go.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
George against James. Takes the 13-footer. George, no good.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
Kobe, when you think of that rough and tumble style of the Pistons and the Knicks in the 80s versus this more wide-open style, which style do you appreciate more, and which style was more difficult to play?
Well, personally, I always wanted to play in the 80s because of the defensive rules, the illegal defense rules, where you have to play man-to-man. You can't come in and 2-9 in the paint. There's no zone defenses. You have to go mano-a-mano. Right, if you're going to double team,
challenge.
Oh my gosh, come on now! You can't. People can't hide. Players can't hide. It's a player out there that might not be a good defensive player or doesn't really want to play defense. He can hide. In the 80s, you can't do that.
No hiding.
No, there's no hiding. You're on an island.
Oklahoma City on D. Ball with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Now, here is George. It's a 3-point game. Here's Abrinas. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Clock at 6. The 3. Good on the triple. Abrinas has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Right, you like the mindset so far, Greg. If you give them room to drain it, they'll do just that.
Here's Kuzma. Count that one.
Listen, Kev, this guy, one of the more reliable scorers in the league, night in and night out.
Lakers shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Let's talk about something that I know fascinates basketball fans, Kobe, having that competitive streak, which is something that runs deep for you. Talk about the desire to dominate and completely destroy your opponent.
Well, it's the spirit of competition, right? I don't think you're doing anybody any service by going out there and competing half-hearted, right? If you truly respect the person that you're facing, then the right thing to do is to compete as hard as you possibly can against them to bring the best out of them. And that's on both ends of the floor. You can't be a one-way dominant player. You can't just compete on the offensive end and take it off on the defensive end. You got to play both sides of the ball.
Your motor never stopped. I mean, that's from our perspective on the sideline, watching you play on both ends of the floor, like you said.
Yeah, you got to keep going. And to do that, you have to train really, really hard in off season. Yeah, that's a lot of conditioning. It's a lot of weight training, right? You have to train in extraordinary ways in order to do extraordinary things.
The Lakers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
I tell you what, it's scary when you think about how much room Ball has to grow, when you factor in how efficient he is already.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
The pass to Grant. The kick out to Westbrook. They need this. Outside, George. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Defense right on him. Offline with the baseline jumper. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 2. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Now here's Westbrook. He picked up 39 points in their last one against Dallas.
The other thing, he really changed the pace of the game when you consider how many free throws he shot. Drawing fouls is an art, and really he has mastered that part of the game.
There'll be a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change. Yeah. Yet they still have the ailments.
That's generous.
But a lot of guys have ailments that linger on through their post-career. What kind of workout? We know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
I work out hard.
Do you?
Yeah, it's become a challenge to say, because most players, when they retire, say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight, right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to attack something. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies or some of these other things.
And looking like you did when you played.
Being in great shape.
Yeah.
So
here's LeBron. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower. Grant against Kuzma. High, arcing shot, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City. And Kobe, you're staying in shape even now. Isn't it sad sometimes to see how a lot of guys don't do that?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because you have a purpose to training.
Yes.
And now you wake up, you're like, oh, what's my purpose to training? Like, what do I need to be doing this for? I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And all of a sudden, those handles start creeping from the back to the front. And you're like, oh,
yeah.
Tomorrow's today.
My clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
My clothes don't fit.
Tomorrow should have been yesterday.
Noel's checked in for Grant. He doesn't get the second one.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Now Westbrook. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. The Thunder with another miss.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Pass to Abrinas. And that one is stuffed right through.
And with a monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Los Angeles.
Kobe, in other sports, I mean, people always admired the mind of Peyton Manning playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, the way he thinks the game through. I compare you to that. Did you have that same kind of fascination in other sports with the great players that were similar to you in basketball?
Yeah. We used to get together. I remember the first time I met Peyton was at an Orlando Magic game, '99. He came in the locker room, and we were just getting started. So I was just asking questions about his process and stuff. And he started going to, like, mock cover 2 and and I was like, and he went on for, like, a good 5 minutes. When he was done, I said, Peyton, I don't understand anything you just said, right? But he spoke at a level of detail that was beyond fascinating.
You were impressed by that?
Yes, which then leads to more questions. Like Tom and I talk often about that stuff too, and how much we love the game, how much we love the process and the attention to every little detail. It's fun to be around, no matter the industry.
Well, you can't do anything more defensively to stop Steven Adams. This guy is growing into a solid interior threat.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. And then for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Felton comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City trailing. Outside, Felton kicks to Schroeder. Back to Felton. Passes to George. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it goes down 2 points. And the Lakers lead by 3.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Oklahoma City shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And Kobe, I know you'd spend a fair amount of time watching video and scouting your opponents. How would your film study change from regular season to say, the playoffs?
I had more time to prepare in the postseason, so I can watch more film and really focus on the entire package of the team that we're facing.
Not just the guy that's defending you?
No, not just the guy that's defending me.
All of it.
But all of it,
right?
How do they play us defensively as a team? How do they play us individually? How do we need to play them as a team? How do we need to play them individually? You start looking at kind of the grand scheme of things. In a regular season, most of these film sessions, for me at least anyway, took place on the plane. Right, in between games.
Right.
So when I get to the hotel, I can rest generally.
And stolen by Patterson. Schroeder against Rondo. Now here's Schroeder. D right on him. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
It's Beasley on the wing. Patterson defending. And it's Ingram missing. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Down low. And George with this stuff.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Rondo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Paul George with the steal. All alone. And George with the stuff.
Now, Kevin, terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
And here's Rondo. Ingram outside. Lakers working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Rondo passes to Hart. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Kobe, you're so decorated in every way individually and as a teammate with the 5 championships. Of all the things, the all-star games, the all-defense, all the individual things you've accomplished, what is the one thing you might cherish? And you may have alluded to it with the championships, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but at the end of the day, is that the one thing above everything else that you covet?
No. The fact that I can look in the mirror and honestly say I gave everything to the game. Right?
That was obvious.
That's the thing, right? You don't want to feel like you've left anything on the table. There's no stone left unturned. Like I gave everything to the game that I possibly could. That, to me, is the biggest accomplishment.
What a feeling. Yeah. And here's Beasley. Patrick Patterson getting it to go from deep moments ago. Outside Rondo. Beasley up top. Here's Stevenson. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
It's good. And now it's an 8-point Oklahoma City lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Los Angeles has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Rondo against Schroeder. Rondo finds Stevenson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
That's his first personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line. Only 71% as a shooter.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 17-5 run. Felton can't get it to go.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the middle. And it's Stevenson missing. The Thunder leading by 7. And George kicks to Patterson. Schroeder outside. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Schroeder outside. Shoots the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Growing up,
Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I think they played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Lakers right now, Rajon Rondo is out there with Hart. Then there's Beasley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Stevenson in at the 3 slot. After 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many people. Who is most like you among guys you played with? Who you would have said, this guy is like-minded? Like would Derek Fisher fit that category?
Yeah, D-Fish was tough.
Yeah.
D-Fish was tough. Adam Morrison, actually, believe it or not.
No kidding.
Adam Morrison. It made
Really?
practices, it drove us because he was competitive in practice. I mean, he tried to play defense, and he couldn't move laterally with the athleticism that most players could. But he was competing hard every single day, man. And he had a lot of competitiveness
You
and
like
fire
that?
in him. Oh yeah, my whole team was built like that. We had a lot of guys that were temperamental. A lot of temperamental guys that you look at and say, you know what? You're not going to win a championship with that group. And we sit back and we laugh to this day. Like Shannon Brown and I will get together and we'll talk about the old days.
Yeah.
And we'll just look at each other and say, you know, can you believe you won a championship with a bunch of misfits?
But collectively, I guess, right, there was something that obviously worked.
Yeah, we're all crazy.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when you take a bunch of crazy and you focus it on one thing, it tends to work out.
There it is, yeah.
There it is.
Another ring.
Yeah.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Thunder making a change here. Grant's checked in. Lakers trail by 9. Stevenson passes to Rondo. Lays it up and banks it in. Rondo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
I tell you what, Rondo will get physical down low in that post. He is not going to back down from anybody.
Schroeder finds Felton. Six on the shot clock. They get a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You take a look at Los Angeles. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And checking out Oklahoma City, 5.5 games behind.
And when I look at the Lakers, for me, they've taken the league by storm this season. I felt like they were maybe a year ahead of schedule in terms of being an elite group. But you look at them right now, and here they are.
Yeah, they weren't really on anyone's radar before the season began, but they're definitely there now.
Timeout called the Lakers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And guys, we often hear the argument offense is the best defense, and that was the case for them.
Well, you can't really argue when they're executing like that. It was really perfect offense.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Zubac. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Michael Beasley. LeBron's checked in for Josh Hart. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alex Abrinas comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Raymond Felton. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. The Thunder leading by 10. Now here's Schroeder. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
And love the defensive activity from KCP, selling out there for the block.
Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. And he gets the bucket.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
That's good from Schroeder. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Caldwell-Pope outside. Pass to Kuzma. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kuzma's got 8 points.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Westbrook kicks to Abrinas, out left to the wing. Takes a three, and it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Schroeder. He's got 5.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here's LeBron. Caldwell-Pope with a wide-open look, trains the three-pointer.
It's incredible to me, Kevin, how remarkably in tune LeBron is with the movement of his teammates. The guy is a scorer, he's a creator, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 5. With the teardrop. Adams dishes to Schroeder. Grant outside. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And he knocks down the first one. And Grant drops them both. Here's Ball. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Caldwell Pope passes to Kuzma from 12 feet out. And too long on the shot.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
This guy's so skilled at navigating to the interior, and when Russell Westbrook is that close, he's going to score.
Ball kicks to LeBron. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Westbrook against Ball, and it's McGee with the jam.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Abrinas kicks to Grant. From the arc. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Lakers trail by 13. Now the dish to Ball. Back to Caldwell Pope. And a miss there on the triple. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And once they establish that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
And the Lakers call time here.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Lakers. Now, here's Ball. Ring shot on the way, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And it's Abrinas in the corner. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Yeah, they've dominated that category in this one. It's reflected in the score. They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Ball kicks to LeBron, shoots over Grant, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Ball. LeBron's got 5.
Yeah, the easy lift on the jumper by LeBron. That's really hard to defend, guys.
There's the pass to Abrinas. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Ball. The feed now to James, and the dunk by James.
The elevation and athleticism of LeBron at his size, just incredible.
Westbrook against Ingram. Westbrook finds Grant. Here's Abrinas. Clock at 6. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Oklahoma City, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. That's good from Schroeder.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And Adams kicks to Grant. Here's Abrinas. He's covered by Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Adams' shot is good.
Adams is used to scoring through contact. Make no mistake, he'll show you some strength every now and again.
Now here's James. Defense is right there. To the wing on the left. Ball against Westbrook. And Adams sends it back.
Well, so good at anticipating when shots are going to go up. Steven Adams, terrific protecting the basket.
Grant kicks to Westbrook. Here's Abrinas. 5 points in the game. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Looking now at some numbers for McGee. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 10 rebounds, and just over 3 blocks. And on both ends of the floor, he's a guy they look for to take up space inside.
Well, certainly with the rebounding, with the ability to block shots, basically he does all the dirty work, so the other guys can look pretty.
James looking it over. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Here's Abrinas. Back to Westbrook. Down low. And Adams kicks to Abrinas. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
Ball finishes with power, not just going for the layup, solid at throwing it down deep inside.
Here's Westbrook after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Abrinas. 5 points in the game. To the paint. And the dunk by Grant.
Well, Jeremy Grant is becoming adept at how to finish the alley-oop. Devastates the defense with a terrific look.
LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. Dishes it to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Now here's LeBron. 9 points in the game so far. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Offline with his 3.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Passes it to Westbrook. Off target with his 3. Lakers trail by 13. Inside, here's LeBron. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And 11 points for LeBron.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Well, Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me, man. And anytime.
There he is, the legendary Kobe Bryant. And with Kobe stopping by the booth doors, I'm always amazed at the type of things Kobe will notice about both NBA and the players competing that the casual fans rarely think about.
Well, you think back to Kobe's career and how much his preparation and studying of the league and his opponents contributed to his success. And obviously, with what we just heard, this guy still holds so much knowledge of the game.
And here is Zubac, following Russell Westbrook's 3. Ball's knocked loose. Caldwell Pope passes to Ingram. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram touched it last. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. The Lakers second.
so patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Westbrook finds Noel. In the corner, it's Patterson. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Ingram. Beasley right side. Shoots over Patterson. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
The Lakers have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. And Stevenson's checked in for the Lakers.
One shot, gentlemen.
Josh Hart comes in for Caldwell Pope. And the free throw, no good. The Thunder leading by 15. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Felton. 14 points for Russell Westbrook.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Westbrook against Rondo. Beasley left side. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
And so it's Oklahoma City. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. The forwards, George and Grant. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Abrinas in at the shooting guard. Now, here's Grant. Here's the teardrop. And the layup is up and in. Grant's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Thunder. Lakers trail by 17. The Thunder probably the best team in the league at creating extra opportunities.
And they do it in two ways, Kevin. They are a team that emphasizes offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers. So they make you feel them, and they make things happen with their activity.
Now, here's Ball. Fires for three. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the pass to Abrinas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Alex Abrinas in his 3rd year out of Spain. This guy brings tremendous size, 6'6" shooting guard, and boy, can he shoot it 37% from distance.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Abrinas has relied on his three-point shooting, the vast majority of his attempts coming from beyond the arc.
Well, when you've played alongside Russell Westbrook, you've got to be prepared for catch-and-shoot opportunities. And I think this is what Alex Abrinas' strength is. Now, what has to happen is he's got to diversify that offensive game as his career progresses. And he's got to make sure, Kevin, that he evolves as a defensive player as well. He's got to understand great positioning. He's got to be on point with all of his scouts of his opponents. But this guy can be a knockdown shooter. Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul.
JaVale McGee.
That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And George kicks to Grant. Five on the clock. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. Misses from short range. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Shoots. And the Lakers with another miss.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the 2nd half. That's their 3rd straight miss.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the 2nd half. 4 straight they've missed.
Now, here is George. Here's Abrinas. He has 7. George with the ball. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
Kuzma passes to LeBron. They get a hand on it. To the left side wing. Kuzma kicks the ball. Over Grant. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And it's 6 points for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, and Ball doesn't let panic set in. You can see that he plays by a different clock. Even though the shot clock's winding down, he knows how to bail his guys out.
Here's Abrinas. Over Caldwell Pope. Abrinas with the bucket. Abrinas has got 4 this quarter.
Great beginning to this 2nd half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Timeout.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the Lakers call time here. Doris, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos and things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
The Lakers with LeBron wasted no time trying to surround him with free agent signings, Greg, to help round out the supporting cast.
Names came in rapid succession after LeBron committed. Caldwell Pope, Rondo, Stevenson all joined in short order. We'll see how far this team goes, but you cannot deny how interesting things have gotten with this roster.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Greg, as we get closer to the halfway point of the season, it's clear just how impactful LeBron James has been on this roster.
It is night and day from the Lakers of last year to this year. This is just how much adding a player like LeBron can change your team. He just does so much and opens up so many options for everyone else on the roster.
Now, Paul George missing from long range. Shoots, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Steven Adams picks one up.
Yeah, and Ball jumps all over the defense, especially when they give him a lane to the basket. Outstanding at forcing the issue.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. That's good from Ball. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. And George kicks to Grant. Pass to Westbrook. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Ball. Pass to Kuzma. And Grant sends it back.
Well, twice on the pipes. Jeremy Grant says no, sir.
Out to the right wing. The pass to George. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Offensive rebound. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Well, you think to Steven Adams, and coming out of New Zealand, playing about 1 year at the University of Pittsburgh, now in his 5th season as a starter for the Thunder. And what a pivotal guy he's become for this franchise.
Hart, he's checked in for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. And Steven Adams drafted by OKC with the 12th pick in 2013. That draft pick, a centerpiece of the James Harden trade.
And that trade will go down as one of the great conversation pieces of all time, whether or not you should have moved James Harden. But the reality is, where Adams is concerned, they got a two-way big man with incredible athleticism, unbelievable physical strength, and an evolving offensive game. So this is one piece of the trade that you have made great use of.
5 to shoot, and that one good. And it's 13 points for LeBron.
Well, it doesn't take much for LeBron James to find his rhythm. The king right now making it look effortless.
And George kicks it over to Schroeder. There's the lob to Adams. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for the Lakers. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Brandon Ingram comes in for LeBron. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Alex Abrinas. Rondo against Schroeder. Shoots off the step back. Count it. Good. 6 points for Rajon Rondo.
And, you know, he's proven to be capable at sinking that mid-range jump shot. Rondo has to be respected from that part of the floor.
Now here's Adams. 8 points for him. And Noel throws it down.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Ingram kicks to Kuzma. And it's off from three-point range. Oklahoma City leading by 21. Schroeder, left side, from deep, George. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. George has got 13.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Here's Kuzma, and Adams sends it back.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Now George, 13 points in the game. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from George. And Doris, you go back to the injury for Paul George. Some moments where you question whether he'd be the same player. Do you think, in your opinion, that factored into his decision to leave Indiana in search of a more competitive situation?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not sure if the injury played a part, but we know unequivocally because Paul George stated it. He wants his legacy to be about winning. And because those peak years for a star player can be fleeting, you have to appreciate the pursuit of just that.
Hart the pass to Stevenson. Makes it off the glass.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
On defense, Oklahoma City. Following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Shoots the 3. Hart, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He kicks it to Stevenson. Over Noel, and that one's good by Stevenson. Stevenson's got 5 points so far. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Right side, Rondo. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Felton feeling it out a bit. Banked in off the glass. Felton has got his second basket of the night.
Love the aggressive attitude of Felton going right at the rack.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Paul George. Averaging about 27 points per, 2.5 steals, and 6 rebounds. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
There's a sneakiness, a craftiness. You think he's not watching, and suddenly he's taking the ball in the other direction.
LA has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Rondo dishes to Stevenson. Pass to Hart. Shot clock at 6. Over Felton. Hart, that's good. And here's Schroeder. He has 6. Outside, George. Back to Schroeder. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Lakers really having a tough go here. Rondo looking over the floor. Kicks to Ingram. Back to Rondo. Shoots over Schroeder, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be Lance Stevenson.
Then, Kevin, we see Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Paul George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
And George drops them both.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Now, here's Stevenson. He has 5. Here's Hart. Excellent D there from George.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
The drive by Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
When you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have to start and end the conversation with the historic regular seasons put on by Russell Westbrook. The one thing you have to wonder, has he taken them as far as he can?
Schroeder hits them both. Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Rondo kicks to Ingram. And Hart has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. The Lakers rebound, and Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
Fourth team foul. Now into the lineup for the Thunder, Russell Westbrook.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Stolen by Westbrook. Goes up and finished off by Westbrook.
My goodness, is there anything better than watching Westbrook hammer at home? My goodness gracious, Russell.
Now here's Beasley with 1 on the clock. Misses there. And so it's Oklahoma City ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Ivica Zubac is out there with Wagner. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Lance Stevenson. That's the Laker 5. Now here's Felton. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Here's Diallo. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
No good on the second free throw. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those three stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the three-pointer by Lance Stevenson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Diallo. He's covered by Rondo. Diallo, no good. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. A floater, and it's good on the way in.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Felton kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. In the corner, it's Patterson. Offline with his 3. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. But they get it back. And it's Zubac atop the key. Felton against Rondo. Fires for three. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one and done?
Kevin, I believe the one and dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
And I think, Greg, he just has to get them on the same page. With this kind of lax defensive effort, something has got to change.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Felicio. Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Paul George is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro, and Alex Abrinas subbed in for Diallo.
That's simply not aggressive enough. Needs to show grit and determination, and didn't on that one.
Pass to Felton. Grant kicks to George. Adams outside. George trying to break free. McGee with the block. To the inside. It's deflected. Here we go, all alone. They could use a bucket, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Clearly a foul.
Shooting for Oklahoma City, Alex Abrinas. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver, who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Ball kicks to Kuzma. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And what a draft day steal for the Lakers, who were able to get Kyle Kuzma, who had been drafted 27th overall.
Yeah, Kuzma came into the league far more polished than anyone expected, and you have to credit the young man's hard work and how he was able to make such a big splash that rookie year. And with how hard he works, Kuzma is going to be an impactful player in this league for a long time.
2 shots. Last on the first.
And the first one drops. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
And so he hits both. Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet channel Twitch.
Well, you know Adam Silver is always looking at new methods for broadcasting this great league and the G League. And I think we live in an era of an increasingly digital world. The next generation use their platforms in non-traditional, non-linear fashion. So to me, this is really smart decision making.
I know you're a big Twitch watcher yourself. You subscribe, and like me, you love the G League.
I'm always twitching.
Westbrook with the steal. George against James. Unloads from 13. And the jumper falls for him. And that's 19 points for George.
Oh, Kevin, how about the dribble drive ability of Paul George? The quick handles for a guy his size.
George against James. 2 points. That one goes.
And it's getting late, guys, but all of a sudden they have hope when just a little while ago it looked like hope was lost.
Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Kuzma. Down low. The shot's good from McGee.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Oklahoma City leading by 18. Westbrook finds Adams. Outside, George. And the three off target. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 15-4 run. LeBron shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Here's Abrinas. Over to the wing. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And the three ball is good. Westbrook's got 19 points.
You can see how much time and effort Westbrook has put into working on that range shot. Under control, well-balanced, really good stuff.
Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Pass to Grant. George with the ball. 5 on the clock. And the rejection by LeBron.
Don't bring that weak stuff in here. LeBron always on the prowl to send shots back with force.
McGee in the high post. Caldwell Pope outside. Misses the three.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Now here's Adams. The pass to Abrinas. And the Thunder another three.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Kuzma with it. Now defended by Grant. Let's go. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside, George. And the Thunder another three.
That's his second make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Wasted no time on that one. Abrinas has got 13 points in the second half.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Ball, the pass to Kuzma. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
I tell you, coaches love those high percentage looks in the paint.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. That's tipped. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. He dishes it to McGee. Ball, the pass to Caldwell Pope. LeBron against George. This one for three. That's good from Caldwell Pope on the assist by LeBron. James has got his third assist on the night. Pass to Abrinas. George finds Westbrook. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Ball with a wide open look. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Thunder on D, following Lonzo Ball's 3. Back to LeBron, and McGee kicks to Ball. Fades and shoots. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now, here is George. Takes a shot at the elbow. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Lakers the other way. In the corner, it's James. Uses the glass to finish the layup. James has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, the poise, the concentration. LeBron James, so gifted, so big.
Westbrook passes to Grant. And George kicks to Adams. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Beasley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Lance Stephenson's checked in for James. And it's Josh Hart in for Caldwell Pope. The Thunder also changing it up. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. And it's Patterson in for Jeremy Grant.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Zubac. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Michael Beasley. James checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Josh Hart. The Thunder also changing it up. Steven Adams comes in for Nerlens Noel. And it's Jeremy Grant in for Patterson. Caldwell-Pope outside. Lakers working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Ball, the pass to McGee. On its way from Caldwell-Pope for 2. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Thunder.
It was like watching a 3-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for George.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really propelled them. And no matter what the matchup was or what the scheme they tried to use, they could not keep this guy in check.
Now George, after LeBron's 3-pointer that didn't go. Passes to Westbrook. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Thunder lead by 19. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 12-4 run. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Kuzma. And that one hits back iron. Outside Westbrook. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.